Hi, I'm Rihanna and welcome back to my little place on the internet. Now, if you saw my recent video about upcoming sewing projects, you'll know that I'm wanting to make a dress that I'm going to wear to a wedding in October, and I was searching for fabric and a pattern, and I was going for like a 50s, 60s type theme, not for any particular reason other than that's what I wanted. So I found this vintage pattern on Etsy. I'll put the shop name up here that I bought it from. And I'm going to go with view C. Now, this was a printable pattern, so yes, I printed it all out, and this is the view I'm going with. And the chosen fabric is this beautiful number. Now, there's a slight chance that I may potentially decide to make this, but then still think that I want it in a different fabric. So this is what I'm going to make first, is it in this fabric, and then if I end up deciding that I want to make it in another fabric, because I have since spotted another fabric that I like, then I may go that route, potentially. Time depending, and depending how much I like this. Because that other fabric that I found would work very well as well. So I'm a bit torn, but this is my initial one, and I'm going to try this first, and that's what we're going to get stuck into. I've been sewing for a while. I have cut my pieces out, and I have the bodice done. So we have the front of the bodice and the back, and excuse the mess of all different fabrics, but I'm using up some calico that I have and a scrap doona, so it's going to be very mix-mashy. Now, I've left the opening for the zipper on the left side, and I just have to now attach the skirt pieces. So there's 3 skirt pieces. I didn't realize there was 3, so I've only cut out 1 so far. So I'll cut out the other 2 and then attach those together. And then I think I will then call that a night. And then tomorrow I will attach the zipper in, attach the skirt to the bodice. Now I want to try this on once I've got the skirt. I have tried the bodice on so far, and also I don't have the zipper in, so it's not the greatest illustration of how it fits. But I think it is slightly too big, mostly just at like the arm seam. Like I think it fits the bottom, like down here around my waist, but I think it's too gappy up here. And the darts, I didn't do them super well as well, and I haven't ironed it. So there's a lot of things going on that I need to fix in order to try this on again and get a better fit of it. So I'm not going to make any adjustments yet. We're going to keep going with this project and see how we go. Okay, so I have sewn up the sides of the skirt, and I'm going to step back so you can see just how much fabric there is. So much fabric. So it's 3 big panels put together, and I have an opening on one of them somewhere here. Here's my opening to attach my zipper to, and I'm going to call it a night. It's 8 p.m. This hasn't taken too long so far. So tomorrow I'll be back at it, and it starts with gathering the top of this, attaching the bodice together, and then putting in the zipper. And I think it's an invisible zipper as well because it's along the side. So I haven't done one of those before. So I'm going to have a look at some YouTube videos on how to do that. So that's what we'll be back at for tomorrow. And once that's done, the only thing left to do is the sleeve, which I haven't done yet, but I will get there after. I think I'm just going to get up to this stage first, and then that's it pretty much done. Then I can see how it fits, make adjustments from there, then add in my sleeve, see if that looks good, make any adjustments there, and then get on to sewing the real thing. So hopefully it is currently Wednesday night, so hopefully by Sunday this will be complete. And then we'll see how much time I have left if I make that second one out of the other fabric that I want to as well, or if I just leave it at this, because I only have 4 more weeks left in my house here, and I also need to pack up the whole house. So I kind of do need to hurry myself along a little bit, so we'll see how we go. Okay, so this will have to be the best angle I can get for now. So this is the best I can get. I've walked back so you can see it all, but this looks atrocious, and it's not just because of the fabric, because it's the trowel stuff. I haven't put the zipper in, but it sits at the wrong place as me. I don't quite like how the neckline's looking. It doesn't really seem to fit well. It just doesn't suit my body shape. So this is a complete fail, and I've wasted all this time, and I need to come up with a new plan and do something else. But yeah, there's just lots of things I don't like about this. Cuddle break with Sadie. It's not often that Sadie comes up for cuddles while I'm in my craft room, so here's little Sadie. Okay, so it's a new day. Yes, Sadie. And after that fail, I'm going to keep going. So I picked up this pattern here from my mum, and it has the same vibes that I'm going after. So I'm going to try this one. I'm not going to do a practice because I'm running low on time, so I'm just going to jump straight in with making this one here, just going off the measurements on the back to choose my sizing. And I think this will probably turn out fine. I've made plenty of things without doing a practice. I was just practicing that last one because I wasn't quite certain of the pattern and the sizing, but that one just really didn't suit me. From the drawing, it looked like it would, but it just hit in all the wrong spots. So this one, we're going to jump into it, give it a go. And plus, if I don't like it, I can just try again. We'll get there in the end, but I'm going to cut into this fabric now. Okay, excuse the chaotic mess in the background, but I have cut out all my fabric. That took so long to do. It really did. There are so many pieces to this, and 5 of them you have to cut out twice. Anyway, so now I have cut them all out and I've done step 1, which was to sew 4 darts in piece 1. And piece 1 is cut out twice, so I will have to do this a second time. But for now, I'm just doing the 1. And I'm ironing out my darts with the use of my ham. And for those of you that don't know what a ham is, it is basically a hard piece of fabric. Someone made this for me. Like, it's fabric and it has stuff inside it, like stuffing, and it just helps you shape stuff that you're ironing. Like, it's more, instead of it being flat, it helps you shape it so you can get good fine points. So that's what I'm doing here. And then step 2 is to sew one side of the back and front bodice together. Then step 3 is to get started with the, I don't know if it's the band or if that's, it says the bands, but I don't know if that is to sew the bands together. I don't know if that's the, like, straps. Oh no, the band across the top, because it has a band. That's what that is. Okay. So that is step 3. So those shouldn't take too long. And then do the bodice lining, which will be following the exact same steps that we're doing right now. And then put them together, and then we've got the skirt. So I don't think this will take a terrible amount of time. The time now is 5:30 on a Saturday, and I want this to be completely done by tomorrow, and ideally not very late tomorrow because I have lots of stuff I need to do. And there's my darts. I love darts. They just look so perfect. Alrighty, let's continue. Okay, so I have done steps 1, 2, and 3 now. Now, after every, this is a tip for all those other beginners out there. If you want to make things nice, after every time you sew, you iron. You iron and you trim as you go along. And another tip is you first iron over your stitch lines. It just solidifies it. Then you open it up and you iron out. What I mean by ironing your stitches first. So this is my stitch line, and I iron it here first, and then I open it up, and then I iron it open. And that just helps seal your stitches, is what I've been told. So in case there's more beginners out there that don't know, that's a tip that I learned. And once I've finished that, then the next step is to iron this in half, sew up the ends, baste it, flip it, and there's some straps done. Okay, so I have done a lot since I last left you guys. Just doing a little bit of ironing right now. I have finished the lining bodice. So that's what I'm just ironing now. Alrighty, so the lining bodice. Oh, I ironed that poorly. Let me fix that. Okay, so I've done the lining bodice. It's currently this long tube with the darts in it. The outside bodice has the folding, or the, I don't know what you call it, but it has this attached to it, and it has sleeves. Well, oh, what are these called? Straps? Like, yeah, anyway, it has these. And these are sewn on weird. Well, weird for what I thought. So you sew them on down here below this, and then from the right side this goes up, and then this goes over. So I assume at some point I'm going to have to tack this so that this doesn't pull this down. I don't know, a little bit funny, but we'll work it out. So currently that leaves me up to step 11. I finished step 11 out of, what is it, 36 steps. Some of those are for view B though, so I don't have to do those because I'm only doing view A. And it is 7:45. So I've been at this a while, but I'm going to keep going because I really want to get as much of this done tonight, because I want to get this done early tomorrow morning. I want to get this done hopefully by 9 a.m. So we'll see how I go. Okie dokie, so I've come across a little problem. So this is my outside. This is my lining, that when you cut out your bodice pieces, to cut them out the opposite side, because it says to sew these right sides together. But if I do, then the pattern doesn't line up. I think I'm just going to cut out a new ones of these. New lining pieces, because it's just not matching. Like, it matches perfectly if I do right side with wrong side. Like, all the pieces line up perfectly with right side to wrong side. I'm still very optimistic about this pattern, and despite these small challenges, I'm confident. Now I'll just have to work out when I cut it how to cut it the right way, so I don't end up with this again, because I'm really good at thinking I need to cut it the other way and going to, and then cutting it out the exact same way again. My brain just struggles with working out which way to cut stuff. So my plan worked perfectly. Cutting out just that one piece the other way around and reattaching it worked out great. So now I've got my lining and my outside attached together, and then it had you leave these little openings so you can slip the straps from the front to the back, and then you thread it through, and then okay, so this is where we're at so far. I have the skirt and bodice and everything attached. I only have the zipper left, but it's not quite fitting me right. So the other thing is, obviously I need to put a zipper in here, but there's a lot of fabric here, like a lot. So tomorrow I'm just going to work on taking this in because there is like so much here. But other than that, it's pretty good. And yeah, see, that's like flopping over. But I'm really happy with this. Now I have made some modifications. So firstly, the pattern comes with like, you can do a built-in petticoat in this, but I'm not going with the built-in petticoat route because I likely will wear a petticoat under this when I go to the wedding, but I also want to wear this as a day dress. So I don't really want a petticoat, you know, I don't want to rock up to work, to the office and have a full-on built-in petticoat in my dress. Like this is something I would wear to work, to the office, but without the petticoat. So I'm not going to have a built-in petticoat. So that has saved me a lot of time because it's only 9:30 right now. So I've made pretty good progress. So tomorrow I might not do it first thing in the morning because all I have to do is the zipper and adjust all of this. So I might do some other tasks that I have to do in the morning first. We'll see how the day pans out. But anyway, good news is I love this and it will be done tomorrow. So this has practically been a one-day sew because I started this quite late in the day. So I would count this as a one-day sew. And yeah, I'm very pleased with it. Okay, I'm very silly. This is supposed to fold down, not up. So this works perfect. Anyway, I love it so much. It fits me at the waist. It is just so gappy here at the top, which is what I'll fix tomorrow before I put my side zipper in. Blue, quiet. But I love it. And I think it would fit me better if I had more in the boob region, but I don't. So it fits me here at the waist and I love it. And yeah, this is supposed to fold down. I'm a bit of an idiot. So we're going to wrap this video up with my thoughts. As you can see, the dress is finished. Now I didn't film anything when I was finishing this dress because I went over to my mum's and had her help me bring it in because it was much too big. So I had her help me pin it and we finished it all up there. Now it did take longer than I had wanted, but that is okay. It is still done in time and it's beautiful. I love it. Now there are a few flaws with this and this isn't the fault of the pattern. It's because it was the wrong size. And I do think the pattern is big, like the measurements, like I measured myself and this should have been the size, but I've gone down way more than one size with how much I had to take it in here at the top. So it is still beautiful though, and I absolutely adore this pattern and I would recommend it. It was a fairly easy sew. It wasn't too tricky, but it also wasn't very beginner. So it was sort of like a nice in between, I would say. Now I would do a practice version of this dress if you are going to look at doing this because of the sizing issue. I was short on time and I was like, I know this will probably be true to size and I didn't do a practice. This is the one time that I should have actually done a practice because it was too big, but that is okay. And I will not lie, my mum did the zipper in the side for me. So that was nice because I don't know how to do invisible zippers. It wasn't that hard though from how my mum like walked me through showing me how she did it. So I think I could do it, but my mum did it for me. So that was lovely and I absolutely love it. And I love how flowy it is. Pattern does have the option to have an inbuilt petticoat under the dress and I didn't go for that option. And I did try it on with a petticoat because my mum has one and I just didn't really like how it sat. Like I like the, I'll see if I can show you what I mean. I like the shape it gives, like how it gives that sort of look of pleats, but there isn't pleats. But when the petticoat's in, it sort of goes out more. So anyway, I've opted not to choose a petticoat with this, and I think it'll also make it a more versatile dress as well for everyday wearing, as well as for the wedding I'm going to. Now I really like it and I think it matches in well with my white boots that I was wearing for this as well. I think it is a very good look and I am so excited that I've made this and I love how it's turned out. The main flaw that I was mentioning because I had to take it in was just that there is a bit extra fabric on this side. but you can't see it because it's right under where my arm goes. And I know I could have fixed that by taking this off and then re-putting it in and making it smaller, but as I mentioned, I don't have too much time. Now, I absolutely adore this pattern, and particularly the skirt of it, although I do quite like how the bodice is too. But I love the skirt. I love how flowy it is. I love the fit of it. I love how it looks. I love how you can spin around in circles. I'm actually thinking, because of how much it goes up when I spin, that I may have to wear little shorts under this just so I don't flash anyone. So I think that would be a safe move. But I really love this, and it's a pattern that I can see myself revisiting. Now, I did borrow this pattern from my mum, so we'll have to pick it up at some point if I decide to remake this. But mum, if you're watching this, you need to make this pattern out of different fabric and show me what it looks like, because I think this is just a beautiful pattern and it sits very well on the waist. I like where the waist hits. So it hits right here, and that's a very good point for me, because I find that a lot of things hit too low. Now, I did also have to take in the sleeves a lot because I have little shoulders, as does my mum. So the sleeve, like this, was way too long, but it is really easy to adjust and make adjustments to this pattern the way it's written. Particularly the sleeves are just so easy, and the inside is a little bit untidy just because of the alterations I had to make. But if I hadn't made this in the correct size to begin with, then this would have been like absolutely perfect, the inside of it. That's the only flaw, is just the inside's a little bit off, but you can't see the inside anyway, and it fits perfect, it works perfect. It's going to last me years and years, and it's going to get so much wear. I'm very excited, and I'm sitting outside because we are hitting some warm weather finally. So it is very nice and a beautiful summer dress. I'm just excited to wear this for spring, summer, and I think it's very versatile. You can dress it up or just wear it casually. So I hope, if you're looking at trying a dress, particularly this sort of style with a big skirt, I very much recommend this particular pattern, but I would go down a size and definitely do a trial so you can make sure the sizing is correct. That is all I would say on that one. And I hope you enjoyed watching me make this dress, and I know it was a complete disaster in the beginning with that other pattern. I just don't think it was quite suited to me, but a beautiful pattern, but just not right for me. So I'm happy we turned a disaster into something perfect just in time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.